Hey, Shalom. This is Brother Warrior from Modesto Camp, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Harakakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and others, a great millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect, scattered throughout the four corners of the earth, wishing the word and truth and in sincerity to all the sincere believers. Shalom. All the hopeful elect, the 1/3. Shalom. This is Mark 12 and 28. It says, "And one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, and perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, Which is the first commandment of all? And Yahushua answered him, The first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our power, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, is one Lord. And thou shalt love the Lord thy power with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these." Okay, so that's the two great commandments. So there's another other commandment greater than these. Alright, is to worship and seek Yahweh Bashem Yahushua Bashem HaKakwadash. So how do you seek the Lord, man? You seek the Lord through your deeds. Right? Through your deeds. Okay, here's a perfect point. St. John 14 and 15. If you love me, keep my commandments. Okay? So that's one of the major things. First two commandments. First commandment, don't have no other gods. Right? Don't be messing around. You gotta be all about the Most High and His Son. You gotta be all about this truth, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So you gotta keep the commandments. Alright? So what do you wanna do? Okay, you wanna cleanse yourself of all unrighteousness to the best of your ability. Anything that's a hindrance, anything that weighs on you, anything that weighs on your conscience, anything that might hold you back, any weight that you may carry, you know, um, yeah, you want to let that stuff go. And you want to keep the commandments, the law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability. All right. Because the Lord teaches you through the scriptures clean from unclean, right from wrong. All right. So that you know how to live. Okay. And you sincerely put your mind to that work. All right. And then eventually you're able to teach others also. You're able to make these videos. You're able to push the word out by some outside yourself. All right. Because you put the holy garments on. All right. You put on righteousness. You put on the elect. You put on the truth. All right. And it tells you in the scriptures, that these things, the obedience of the faith, the obedience of the truth, the keeping of the law, statute, commandments, the worship of Yahweh by Shem Yahushua by Shem HaKakwadash, lead it to a kingdom, lead it to riches, that it'll be, that's your garments, that's your fine clothing, that's your, the chains about your neck, all right? The gold, the silver, the ornaments, your bling, the uh the stones, you know, the attire, man. So it says, if you love me, keep my commandments. One of those commandments to love your neighbor as yourself. So right below, you know, being all about Yahweh Shema Shai, right below that is to take care of your brother, man. Is to be brotherly. All right, to appreciate your brother. All right, to prefer your brother. So that's the second great commandment. That's those two things right there, you know, are the main two things which all of the law hang upon. Verse 16, it says, I will pray the Father, and he shall give you another comforter, that he may abide with you forever, even the Spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive. So this world is blinded. Okay, that's why there's so much division. That's why all these people can't stand each other. They hate each other. All right, Esau is sowing discord throughout the world. You know, all these wars and all this rumors of wars, all this madness going on the planet. All right, is because the world cannot receive the spirit of truth. All right, so you know, these people are being judged. These people are being destroyed. All right, but we, having the spirit of truth, understand what's happening. We can see what's going on. So wisdom and knowledge is our stability. All right. It says, even the spirit of truth, whom the world cannot receive, because it seeth him not, neither knoweth him. But you know him, for he dwelleth with you, and shall be in you. Yeah. So you walking in the spirit, you knowing these things, you having the understanding, wisdom, the knowledge, all right, and performing these things, all right, because that's the work, right? You have the faith, you have the understanding, you have all this stuff, but the performance of it is your work. And what's the performance of it? Keeping the commandments. Keeping the law, statute, commandments to the best of your ability. All right, staying away from wickedness and evil. Walking, you know, orderly in the spirit and righteousness to the best of your ability. All right, and then ultimately also, of course, brotherly love. All right, um, charity, and you know, putting out these videos and stuff, which that's part of, you know, loving your neighbor as yourself, because all right, you want, you know, you're grateful somebody woke you up, so you gotta put this message out there, and it's a comfort. It's a comfort, you know, constantly putting up videos, other brothers being able to see that you're putting up videos, that you're right there with them, you know, that they're not alone. You know, you got a whole, uh, you know, you got a whole lot of people that their hands on the plow and they're pushing it forward with you, you know, out there in the field with you. So, yeah, to see the videos and brothers uploading the videos and you uploading your videos, and that's a comfort. It's like, oh yeah, you know, this brother, they're out there. He's out there. He's doing it. He's with me. We're right beside each other, you know. So it all feeds into itself, you know. Um, let's see. So this is Psalm 133 and 1, a song of degrees, David. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. It is like the precious ointment upon the head that ran down upon the beard, even Aaron's beard that went down to the skirts of his garments, as the dew of Hermon, And as the dew that descended upon the mountains of Zion, for there Yahweh Shemel Shai commanded the blessing, even life forevermore. So yeah, man. Yeah, and that's real. There's nothing better than hanging out, kicking it with a like minded person. Somebody that sees what you see. Because otherwise, man, you'd be alone in this world, man. All these people are bugged out. Shit, I got the TV on right now because I'm playing some background music. It's late at night. A fucking ad comes on and it's nothing but debauchery and madness. You know, pure debauchery and fucking madness, bro. Sicko, weird, degenerate shit. That's the world that we live in. It's a fucking degenerate, bugged out ass world full of these people that are just waiting, you know what I mean, to get done away with. So us being together, us having each other, being able to be there for each other, man. It's righteous, man. We need that for a lot of different reasons, man. But it says, behold how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in unity. Man, we need that, bro. That's why we have fellowship, and, linking up to do videos and stuff like that. Like, we need that stuff, man, in order to thrive. All right, for multiple reasons. All right, here's here's one. This is Ecclesiastes 4:9. It says, two are better than one because they have a good reward for their labor. For if they fall, the one will lift up his fellow. But woe to him that is alone when he falleth, for he hath not another to help him up. Again, if two lie together, then they have heat, but how can one be warm alone? And if one prevail against him, two shall withstand him, and the threefold cord is not easily broken. So, brothers coming together is high level, you know, and it only, brothers that are in unity, that are in order, that are in their right minds, all right, that are striving for the mastery, coming together and fellowshipping, and, being there for each other. That's a very, very strong fortress, very strong, powerful stronghold, you know, not easily broken, right? Um, and here's another reason, which is the name of the channel. I changed the name of the channel. It's alright, Matthew 18 and 20. It says, for where two or three are gathered together in my name, there am I in the midst of them. Alright. And then right after that is this. Then came Peter to him and said, Lord, how oft shall my brother sin against me and I forgive him? Till 7 times? Yahushua saith unto him, I say not unto thee until 7 times, but until 70 times 7. Alright. Yeah. So, yeah. And then it goes on to, forgiveness. Because you're gonna, especially when you're first coming in and you're younger, you're gonna have offenses. things happen. Um, but it's like, um, yeah, it's so important for us to be, right with each other, man. It really is because that's the spirit, bro. The spirit wants unity. You know, the spirit wants us to be at one and at peace with each other, man. And I can't see any reason why, a brother couldn't forgive another brother, short of, you know, them killing your dog or burning your house down or, committing adultery with your woman or something, just some super foul, crazy shit, you know. But other than that, we should be able to settle each other's differences and be at peace, man. Which, that's the scriptures. Well, yeah, man, having a brother around you, having somebody, that's in the trenches with you is a blessing. It really is. So hopefully it's been edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, glory to Yahweh, Bashim Shai, Bashim Kakodash, double honor to the apostles, not as a great millstone. Shalom to hopefully elect.